Welcome back. In this vlog, I am taking you along on our 1 week hiking vacation in the stunning Sexten region of the Dolomites. We explored crystal clear alpine lakes, wandered through scenic forest trails, and visited mountain huts set in truly breathtaking locations. Come, experience this beautiful region with us, and I will also take you to what I believe is one of the best hike in the Dolomites. Plätzwiese Valley is not far from Sexten where we stayed, so we visited Plätzwiese, a must-see high alpine plateau at an elevation of around 2000 meters. In summer, this place is usually very busy, not only because it's close to Lake Misurina, but also because of its incredible natural beauty. Since it was autumn, we were able to drive all the way up to the parking lot at the top without a reservation. In summer, however, you need to reserve a parking spot in advance. There are also shuttle buses available that you can use to reach this location. You can do all kinds of hikes here, from easy walks to more challenging routes, and the views are absolutely stunning. The area offers overwhelming panoramic views of the surrounding mountains, including Durenstein and Hochgesel, as well as more distant peaks like Monte Cristallo and the Tofane group. Our goal was to reach the Strudelkopf viewpoint, and from there you are rewarded with a beautiful view of one of the most iconic sites in the Dolomites, the Drei Zinnen. From the parking lot, it takes about 1.5 hours to reach the Strudelkopf viewpoint. Along the way, there are a few mountain huts where you can stop for a meal. The view of the Drei Zinnen from here is absolutely stunning, making this a must-visit location in the Dolomites. Next, we visited Toblacher Lake in the Upper Puster Valley. It's not as famous or crowded as Lake Misurina, but it's a beautiful and peaceful lake. We did a full loop around the lake, which took us about 2 hours in total. The route is easy and mostly flat, making it a relaxed and enjoyable walk. The lake features several information panels that explain the local flora and fauna. It is located between the Three Peaks Nature Park and the Fanes Breas Nature Park. Toblacher Lake is especially popular with birdwatchers as many rare migratory birds stop here during spring and autumn. In summer, you can also explore the lake by renting a rowboat, as there is a boat rental on the shore. Unfortunately, boat rentals were closed during the time we visited. Our next hike was to Rudi Hut with the goal of seeing the Sextner Rotwand, a beautiful mountain group known for its striking reddish colors. You can reach this area either by taking the cable car from Sexten or, as we did, by hiking up from Kreuzberg Pass. During World War I, this area was heavily contested, and you can still see the reminders of that history today. Along the trail, there are several remains from that day, including old bunkers and military structures. The trail takes you through open meadows, pine forests, and rocky sections. You gain around 300 meters of elevation, and the total distance for the hike out and back is about 12 kilometers. There are also a few optional side trails along the way if you would like to explore the area a bit more. There was a German music band playing in front of the Rudi Hut, which made the experience even more enjoyable. The location of the hut, along with the surrounding meadows, is extremely beautiful. The food at the hut also deserves a special mention, and the service staffs were exceptional, very fast, efficient, and truly one of a kind. Our next outing was the scenic 3-hut hike from the Kreuzberg Pass in Sexten. The hike takes approximately 3 to 4 hours to complete and covers around 10 kilometers, with about 420 meters of elevation gain. The route connects the traditional Klammbach Hut, Refugio Malga Nemes and Malga Coltrondo, and it leads through lush alpine meadows while offering beautiful panoramic mountain views. Since most of the trail goes through open meadows, I felt that autumn is the ideal time to do this hike. The trail was not very busy and the views along the way were simply breathtaking. We had lunch at Klammbach Hut, which was excellent and highly recommended. The views kept getting better, and by the time we reached Nemes Alp hut, we were completely blown away by the landscape. We spent some time enjoying the scenery around the hut before continuing on to the Coltrondo Hut. Finally, we reached Coltrondo Hut. This hut is actually located in the Vento region, while the other two huts are in Trentino Alto Adige, also known as the South Tyrol. My kids especially enjoyed seeing the animals there, particularly the donkeys and the Scottish Highland cows. We enjoyed some apple pie and drinks before heading back to Kreuzberg Pass. Our next destination was a drive to Lake Misurina. The drive from Sexten itself is wonderful with fantastic mountain views along the way. The lake is set in one of the most beautiful locations in the Dolomites. From here there are several great hiking options including routes towards the Drei Zinnen. There are also some excellent restaurants right by the lake. Overall, Lake Misurina is truly a must-visit spot in the Dolomites. In Sexten, there is a lovely short hike that leads to a beautiful wooden chapel hidden in the forest. It's an easy trail and can even be enjoyed as a peaceful evening hike. The history of the chapel is quite interesting. The church, which is almost entirely made of wood, was built around 1917 because the parish church in Sexton had been badly damaged during World War I. Today it is known as the Peace Chapel. It was carefully restored in 1974, preserving its charm and significance, and remains a serene spot for visitors and locals alike. Our next hike was to Mount Elmo, where you can enjoy views of both the Italian and Austrian sides of the Alps. To reach the starting point, you take the Helmjet cable car from Sexton. From the mountain station, the hike begins along a scenic trail with wide panoramic views. Right next to the cable car station, there is a museum dedicated to the famous mountaineer Reinhold Messner, which is well worth a visit. There is also a small children's zoo nearby with rabbits, goats, sheep, alpacas and yaks. It's a great stop for the families and definitely a must-visit spot as well. There are several mountain huts in the area where you can stop for food. We had lunch at Handspiel Hütte, which was a very good choice. Right next to the hut, the trail continues towards Mount Elmo. From this point on, the views are stunning, with Val Fiscalina and the Sextner Sundial mountains on one side and the Austrian Alps on the other. It is truly a must-do hike in the region. Our last and most interesting hike was the Drei Hut hike. The route starts at the end of the Val Fiscalina, then continues all the way to Drei Zinnen Hut, from there to Büllelejoch Hut, and finally to Zsigmondy Hut. This is the hike I mentioned in the introduction, an iconic and must-do hike in the Dolomites. We completed this as a long day hike starting early in the morning and finishing late in the evening. However, we highly recommend doing this hike over 2 days, staying overnight at one of the huts to fully enjoy the scenery and the experience. The views on this hike are truly unforgettable. Along the way, we met Arturo, an Italian from Rome. Even though he originally planned to take a different route, he decided to stay with us for the entire hike. He has been doing this hike for many years, and it's easy to understand why he keeps coming back to it again and again. It was the season-ending day at Drei Zinnen Hut, so the place was very busy. Still, we managed to find a spot and had lunch there. Arturo especially wanted to try the apple pie, which we also had, and it was excellent. In In summer, this route can be very busy, but we were fortunate to experience it with fewer crowds during our visit. It had snowed the day before, so some sections of the trail were a bit slippery. This is a challenging hike with around 1000 meters of elevation gain and a total distance of about 18 kilometers, making it a demanding but very rewarding experience. The 360-degree views along this route are simply breathtaking. You can't help but turn in every direction to fully immerse yourself in the beauty of nature. Along the way, you can spot trenches and tunnels carved during the First World War. The Dolomites were the stage of the brutal White War, serving as the front line between Italy and Austria. I have created a detailed video of this hike on my channel, so feel free to check it out. We ended our autumn holiday with this beautiful hike, said goodbye to Arturo and hope to see him again someday. So far, the Dolomites are our favorite destination, and if you are a mountain lover, this is a place you must visit at least once in your life. Until we meet again, enjoy the great outdoors.